What's up guys, Bloodshed here, bringing you a Diablo 3 PTR video, patch 2.6.4 in season 16. Now this is going to be different than what I've been doing. Just been taking my live stream, chopping it up as best I can and kind of getting out to you guys as fast as possible. Spent a lot of time with Legacy at Nightmares, let's just say, and I thought I would give you my thoughts on the build. Currently on the PTR, Legacy at Nightmares gives you a 500% buff. It's up from 100% per ancient item. I think this should be about 750 at a bare minimum. The damage reduction can go up to 2% more. I played a lot of Blessed Shield with the Archon set and a lot of Blessed Shield with Legacy at Nightmares in the past, and it just is still not there. You can feel it, but it's tiny. It's kind of like Veers. Veers needs more of either an overhaul or a little bit more kick to the build, like a double 6-piece bonus. And Lon, like I said, maybe needs about 50% stronger 6-piece bonus as well. I mean, we're rocking like full ancients everywhere on every single piece, and the sets that you would use in replace of this, you're using like gear that you're just picking up off the street, right? It's a lot weaker in general. The good thing about Legacy at Nightmares though is you can make whatever you want into like a GR100 option. So if there's just like that person that wants to play Elemental Arrow, the higher Lon is, the higher chance you have to get to that level. Okay, like it's definitely a good thing. Lon's as strong as it's ever been in Diablo 3, so it's only a positive thing. It's just when you look at the landscape currently of the sets, it needs a little bit more of a kick. But if you ever wanted to push Blessed Shield to the highest heights you've ever got, this is the season for you, right? This is the time to do it. It's never been this strong. So we haven't had any balance passes yet. We just had the one buff. So there's no one saying we're not going to get any more adjustments or anything like that. So I guess I'm just putting my 2 cents out there. On a positive note, Lon Crusader, you know, like remember LON BOMB, Thorny Pony type setup? These guys are doing really good for T13, for bounties. It gives you another viable speed farm option, which would be stronger than Archon Thorns. And I messed up my combo right away, so that's cool, man. Yeah, you want to pop Iron Skin and then start running through enemies. There, I was getting like 2-minute runs earlier, and you'll probably see it ramp up here as well. I was getting 2-minute runs earlier, which is like borderline A tier, which is incredible. So the Thorns buff definitely is noticeable at a lower level of difficulty like T13, things like that. But at a higher level of play, it starts to slow down a lot more. Like you don't really get to see those speed hundreds like you would probably want to with other builds, like with Jade and Innas and so forth. But you do feel it at a lower level, man. Like, we're flying, look at the progression. Probably one of the worst starts, one of the worst rifts you can get, and we're just flying through here. Tons of mobility. No reliant. We have a lot of cooldown, but you're not really relying on cooldowns specifically, right? Because you have your horse up all the time with the Crusader horse passive. I forget the name of it. Chat will tell me, I'm sure, right? But I'm interested to see once you fully augment and you fully like actually optimize this perfectly, you know? I'm curious to see how fast people can clear with this build. We have like no pickup radius because all of our pickup radius is Thorns damage, basically. So you'd probably want to go for Corruption Shoulders or like the Amulet for pickup radius or something like that. But very, very good thing for Crusaders. Another speed farm build is always good. And it's like a oldie but a goodie, right? Like it's one that we used to use and maybe it's back in the forefront. So it's going to be fun making my speed tier list, trying to place everything and trying to get as much data as possible to see where everything lies within the patch. If you want to see the raw footage, all the PTR coverage is on my Twitch channel. So you can check out like hours and hours of testing, theory crafting from me and chat, trying to piece together builds and see what's the best thing for what. And you can definitely check that in twitch.tv/bloodshed/videos. And you can see there's like a past broadcast tab and it's all there. It should be all working in order and everything like that. So I just kind of wanted to showcase some positivity with Legacy at Nightmares before we keep pounding the negativity. So Lon Witch Doctor, Legacy at Nightmares Witch Doctor, is arguably the strongest Lon build that there is, right? Use the Barber, Gazing Demise, all that stuff. It's a really cool looking build, right? Really awesome play style. It's like a mid-range caster. The build is doing really well. The only problem is your other options that you would play, like Jade is also like a mid-range caster, is performing like probably 10 tiers higher than this build with the same gear level, same gem levels, you know, the same kind of time you invest. Firebat is also way ahead of it. I'm not as good as Big Daddy Den, so let's try not to do the build injustice, so to speak. But yeah, it's kind of cool. Mid-range caster, charge up the phantasms, blow things up. These little phantasm things on the map are actually like pets. And so you're gonna use Enforcer Gem. They're actually doing lots of damage here. It's pretty cool, man. Like, I've had fun with the playstyle, and just the build itself is really engaging to play. You can spirit walk through explosions like a boss, right? Doesn't even phase you, man, right? It performs really well, and it's really good. Don't forget, Veers is incredible for speeds like 1 to 90-ish as well. So don't sleep on the Veers speed build, man. It's actually super good. Kind of like Lon fell off in the low hundreds, Lon Bomb Crusader. So does Veers. Archon specifically always fell off like in the low hundreds. You'd have to pair it with Tal Rasha or something like that for it to really take off. But incredible for low level content. You know, you can kind of fly through the game, no problem whatsoever. Let's go ahead and put on our build here. So DMO's cool, man. DMO's cool, man, right? And I'll explain to you what I mean by finicky, right? It's not necessarily, I don't consider this kind of stuff high skill cap. It's just like a lot to the build. So this goat dude, he's a PTR vendor, by the way, if you don't know. For 200 blood shards, you can buy gear packs from him to help us gear faster on the PTR. But let's say the goat guy is the enemy. You have to have him affected by slow time. You also have to hit mobs every 6 seconds to increase your damage from Orb of Infinite Depth and give you the damage reduction from it, right? Keep up ice armor, super easy to do, but you kind of have to watch your DR, right, with the Parthen defenders that synergizes with crystallized armor. About halfway through Arcane Cycle, you group them up with Black Hole, right? This will pull everything in while they're affected by slow time. You also have to be the correct distance away. You can see how it explodes and does a double pop. You throw one and you get the bam bam. So you have to be about 40 yards or so away. Like right here is a good distance. Hits them right in the butt. Also, you have to keep up your 3 triumvirate stacks from your generator. So it's a little bit easier and you get used to it, and it's not that big of a deal as I'm making it, but there's a lot of shit going on. Watch your COE, watch your triumvirate, keep up your stacks for Orb of Infinite Depth, watch your DR for ice armor with Parthens. Keep them inside the bubble. And there's probably something else that I'm forgetting. So it just is a lot. And for me, I'll never main Frozen Orb DMO because I have PTSD from Twister meta days. But I love that this build exists. It makes me happy because there should be all kinds of play styles for everybody, right? It's just really important. I got trapped in here. So if I had the teleport version of the build, you know what I mean, we would be fine. So I did that a little bit early, but they're just trash. I knew I would kill them anyway. We are using barrier blades, so we can kind of run through. Excuse me. All right, you guys gonna be difficult? Then I'll take you out, man. About to hit cold cycle. This is where we do all of our damage. Wow. And there you go. Halfway through Arcane, group them up, light them up. It becomes second nature. It's not so crazy. It's just a lot. And if you get mobs that are CCing you, because we're not immune to crowd control, if you get mobs that are CCing you, then it just becomes like all the knock up, knockback, the frozen, the jailer, you know, all that stuff. Becomes a little crazy. Anyways, guys, that's going to be all for me today. I hope you enjoyed the breakdown. And like I said, there was no balance passes just yet, so I don't want to do like a tier list or anything like that. things might change dramatically. If you really want to know my top 5 sets for next season, like if you had to know right now the top 5 performing sets, I would say Raycor, Talrasha, Innas, Jade, and Impale DHs are doing really well right now. Impale DHs look like they are the Rift Guardian killer, and for the most part, they can be a Rift Guardian killer. Unfortunately, I would personally, if I was picking a comp, take Necromancers for Frailty. Frailty is way too strong. As a wizard myself, when I'm dropping big meteors on the pack, knowing I only have to get them to like 15 to 18% or whatever is way cooler, because then I look better. Everything's more efficient. So yeah, but if a Necro couldn't make it, then for instance, we could take a Demon Hunter, you know, so I can't live without Frailty, basically. And if the Rift Guardian gets killed in 10 seconds or 15 seconds, it doesn't matter to me. If we have to wait a little bit for the Necros cool down, but I get Frailty the whole Rift and we're more efficient, it's cool with me. I would definitely take some Impale Demon Hunters, but it's just more mechanics than anything. For wave clear, it looks like Talrasha takes over Firebird, but I've seen some wave clear from Innas. We did some low-level speeds on the channel, I think yesterday's video. Inna's wave clear DMO, I did a speed run on one of the videos with the DMO Frozen Orb wave clear, which is kind of interesting. Lots of damage coming out of that. A lot of DMO players are doing like 100 speeds. So if you optimize fully, you can really take advantage of Frozen Orb's power, Talrasha speeds as well, Talrasha DMO. Crazy stuff, man. So stay tuned to the channel for that. Follow me up above at twitch.tv/bloodshed. I'll be streaming there all week long. Thursday and Saturday, I'll be live this week. I have a doctor's appointment today when you're watching the video. And then Friday, I have my best friend's wedding, man. We're getting old, man. People's getting married and starting families. Jeez, I'm trying to start a Twitch family around here, okay? Anyways, guys, this is Bloodshed, and I'm out of here. Peace.